Yeah, we have started. You can start from. Raghunath, you can start.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Uh, let's see. Today our exciting topic was circuit breaker time measurement. Already he introduced about me, myself Raghunath Saw, Assistant Managing Customer Support Group, and I am looking the Northeast region. Welcome to our world of scope. Today was topic was time measurement of circuit breaker in our circuit breaker time interval meter with SCOT series. Okay, let's see. These are the today content list about our webinar. That is, first one is why testing required in circuit breaker, type of testing method, circuit breaker testing by our SCOT series, and SCOT series testing working principle. SCOT series different models is there, and different model specification, testing procedures, as well as correct connection diagram with circuit breaker, what can do and what cannot do, that is do and don't. Then sorry, then debugging chart, and lastly question and answer. Let's see why testing required for circuit breaker. Before going to why testing circuit breaker, I'm just briefing about what is circuit breaker. Okay, everybody, I think you know, or you are in electrical field, so definitely you know about circuit breaker. Actual circuit breaker is a protecting device which can protect to our most expensive item like transformer, ICT, everything. It can the circuit breaker itself having control unit. It can control by manually or remotely also. Okay, so definitely you have to maintain the circuit breaker healthiness is every time in good condition. Then we'll go for our topic. Testing is not done to find a damage and faulty component only, but also finding the trend and drifting of condition of different component with circuit breaker with time respect to time. Okay. For that purpose, here some point is I mentioned, that was verify your breaker performance, circuit breaker performance time to time, prevent downtime and loss of income. Replacement is costly, very costly affair. Ensure real reliability of the supply. Ensure loss and trip closed coil of healthiness. You know already in circuit breaker having coils in marshalling box having coil closed coil and trip coil. That coil healthiness. Another one is ensure mechanism healthiness. Okay. Let's see. This is the circuit breaker parameter which can be measured, that is operating times, trip time, close time, and PD, that is fault discrepancy. Very short term was calling that PD. Okay. Plus we are going to method of monitoring to circuit breaker. That is here I mentioned two method, that is online condition monitoring technique and offline condition monitoring technique. In online condition meeting, these are the some point is there which we are already previously through control system we can measure, that is SFC gas pressure monitoring by online, trip coil supervision by online, contact speed measurement by installing transducer in itself mechanism, monitoring AC supply and DC supply of circuit breaker and marshalling box, and then cumulative fault current of circuit breaker. Let's see. Our second was the offline condition test technique. In this technique, most of part is covering. That is our operating time of main and auxiliary contact, static contact resistance meter, contact travel measurement, trip, trip and close coil current measurement, dynamic contact resistance measurement, 10 delta measurement of grading capacitor, dew point measurement of SFC class. These are the mainly we are doing the annual maintenance program in your electrical system. That is all the testing are going on. It is cover on online condition. Sorry, offline condition. Okay. Let's see. Why SCOT will we have to measure why SCOT we are using in the measuring the timing of circuit breaker. Okay. This in our SCOT measure of operational time of circuit breaker, that is close time, open time, and close open time of each pole. These results also help to understand non-similarity of the pole and breaking operation easily. Circuit breaker operation must be variable without any delay or stugginess, and it also very reliable instrument and user friendly. Worldwide, thousands of units are already using by our customer. Let's see the main. This is most important of working principle of our timing measurement. That is mostly in our SCOT series also. Same thing also in whoever having the hijack Ultima instrument analyzer. That one also same working principle also is there. You can understand easily. Here we are, three section is there. One is the breaker control connector. That is whatever our connecting to the marshalling box. Then second thing is close SSR and trip SSR. This is our simple SSR section. That is SSR means solid state relay section. Later slide I will discuss about this. And third part was is microcontroller interface with interface IO and input port. Okay. In this principle, just I am briefly discussing about how close and trip command you are executing. Okay. First of all, we are giving the command. Whenever I will giving to breaker to close command, on that time microcontroller will get the signal from our side interface. Then controller will signal to our close SSR. That is one switch is there. When according to the microcontroller signal, SSR close switch will be closed. When this switch was closed, then meantime that red here mentioned is the red, yellow, and blue color cable. Why? Because red is our positive DC, yellow is your closed coil section, blue is your trip or open coil section. Okay. Whenever closed SSR will switch were closed, this meantime this time that DC of marshalling box will extend through fuse to closed coil section. Okay. Whenever when this DC extend to closed section, on that time closed coil will energize. Then breaker will be closed. Then same time microcontroller also sends the closing time of breaker, and that exact time will show our result. Same thing in trip section also. Whenever we are giving command to the microcontroller, that trip command we have to execute. Then same time microcontroller will give the signal to trip SSR section. Then our DC will extend through trip SSR to close coil section. Okay. Same thing whenever trip coil section. When trip coil was energized, then trip command will execute in breaker. In meantime, microcontroller also sends the tripping time and it show the result. Okay, this IO input is purely to the execute the command from input to output port. Okay. Here one main thing is your F2 is there. One fuse is here in DC supply section, because it is purely protecting to our instrument of in closed or trip section, because outside marshalling box any DC supply is fault is occur, then this should be not effect to our instrument. Okay. Let's see. This is whatever I mentioned in that SSR section. This is purely SSR full form is your solid state relay. This is a whatever you are using in marshalling box, that is manually close and open switch. Same thing it was working in our instrument. Whenever I are giving close command, this close switch will open. Sorry, close. Whenever we are giving trip command, then trip switch will be closed. Same thing here I mentioned. The solid state relay is a electrical switch that can be used to turn things on or off using another electrical input. That is because in our SSR card having a semiconductor switch. Okay, for semiconductor switch you have to operate means the one driving circuit is needed. That is called as control circuit. Okay, that SSR uses semiconductor switch and optoelectronics instead of magnetism and moving contact. Sorry. It uses electrical and optical properties of semiconductors to perform the switch of function. In our SSR card having the rating, the 300 volt AC or DC and 45 ampere. This our SSR card was working both in AC and DC supply also. Let's see some graphical representation of any breaker closing time graph. This graph was actually in higher version instrument having available. That's why I'm just putting that we can measurement, we can observe properly for the close command execution time. Okay, let's see here that x-axis is time in millisecond, y-axis is amplitude purely. Okay, here three graph is there. Sorry, four graph. That is one is close coil current graph. That is speed graph. That is coming from our transducer, whatever measuring. Another one is auxiliary contact time and main contact time. So I'm just describe about this graph presentation. Whenever I'm giving that close command to our instrument, then SSR car will be a close section, then DC extend to close coil. That same time here this current graph will be here starting from 0% to up to this point. Okay, this called as close coil current graph. Whenever close coil fully energized, now this DC current will be passed to the ground negative side, then our breaker will be closed. Same time whenever breaker close, this here also mentioned closing time from 0 to main contact. That at that time when breaker will close, that point was sensed by our instrument. That point instant of point timing was show that closing time. In meantime also auxiliary contact also this was measured, and auxiliary time also we can show. This is also in breaker opening time graph also same thing as closing section. Here tripping coil current was increased whenever we are giving the command to instrument. The trip coil current will increase and from 0 to this position. Now after coil energized, then breaker will open. In meantime, this two section also sensing by our instrument, that is trip time and auxiliary trip time. That speed curve also both are mentioned, but in our SCOT series it is not available. But for presentation purpose, I have mentioned here because this graph is coming from our uh, uh, hijack Ultima analyzer instrument. For this is representation purpose, I have mentioned here. Okay. Let's see breaker time close and open. That is called CO timing. Okay, here one section by I mentioned here. Initial position is open position because before CO time execution, you have to breaker is open condition. Okay, so from that here mention is the open position, that is energizing of closed circuit, because in CO time first close command will be execute. For that here mention that energizing of closing circuit. Okay, then next step was contact start of current flow in fast pole, contact touch in the fast closing pole, contact touch in all poles. Okay, then after closing section completed, then breaker will be open command will execute and breaker will be open. In that time there are also two mention is there: final separation arcing contact in all pole, final arcing exhibition in all pole. Okay, so in graph also represent open position, closed position, and contact movement. In that the CO time should be contact touch in fast closing pole to separation of arcing contact to all pole. In this between time was called CO timing, that is close and open timing. Let's see our today main that instrument details, that is our circuit breaker time interval meter. Model number is there. There are 4 model basically is there. That is one SCOT M3K, and is higher version is SCOT M3K plus. Same thing SCOT MXP is higher version was SCOT MXP plus. Okay. Here some introduction I am given about our instrument. To measure close, opening, and CO timing, all type of circuit breaker it can use in both instrument. Okay. To operate under the hegetical condition of ESV switchers and offers dependable measurement of periodic maintenance inspection. Let's see one by one. We have to specification I mentioned here. Here I am given some parameters of instrument and divided by all instrument model, that is SCOT M3K, MXP, M3K plus, MXP plus. Okay. In channel wise, M3K having 3 channel, MXP also having 3 channel with 8 mode. That mode will be separate mentioned why, because in that MXP instrument we have in measurement of option of PIR, that is pre-insertion register. That time also we can measure by mode wise. Okay. Same thing, another one is M3K plus series, that is 3 main contact at a time in 3 pole. At a time we can measure in 3 pole in M3K plus. MXP plus 6 main plus 6 pair, because in every contact you can measure the PR register timing in simultaneously. Okay. Measuring accuracy, all instrument having accuracy same, that is value plus minus 0.05%, plus minus 1 digit. Let's see the sampling speed of the different all model, that is M3K and MXP having the same sampling speed, that is 1 kHz fixed. M3K plus and MXP plus having selectable, that is highest 10 kHz to 100 Hz, that is 10 kHz, 5 kHz, 2 kHz, 1 kHz, and 100 Hz. Why given the sampling speed is selectable? No? Because this time range and the resolution also depend regarding the according to the our sampling speed. Okay. Some here I'm just mentioned the timing range. Actually M3K and MXP having timing range 0 to 999 millisecond. In this between we can measure any time of circuit breaker timing. Okay. But in M3K plus and MXP plus it depend according to the sampling speed selectable. So if you are using 10 kilohertz, na, this timing range should be maximum 1 second. If 5 kilohertz you are using, then this timing range should be in 2 seconds maximum. Accordingly, 2 kilohertz 5 second, 1 kilohertz 10 second, 100 hertz 100 second. Okay, respectively for the above sampling speed. As for this sampling speed also, resolution will be deeper. Same thing in M3K and MXP, resolution was 1 millisecond constant. This is fixed because its sampling speed also fixed. In M3K plus, MXP plus having 10 kilos sampling speed means its resolution was 0.1 millisecond. If 5 kilos sampling speed, its resolution was 0.2 millisecond. If sampling speed 2 kilos, then resolution was 0.5 millisecond. If 1 kilos, then 1 millisecond. If 100 hertz, then 10 millisecond. Okay. Then triggering option, that is three command commonly: close, open, and CO option in all instrument. In power supply section, having M3K and MX plus is direct power supply 230 volt AC. That's why I mentioned 230 volt AC plus minus 15%, 50 hertz plus minus 10% with the 25 VA. But M3K plus and MXP plus having battery operated. So you have to use our adapter, our scope maker adapter. Their specification is there. Input is 100 to 300 volt AC, 50 hertz and 60 hertz plus minus 10%. Output was 13.5 volt DC, 1000 milliampere maximum. Okay. Then weight wise, M3K MXP plus, that is really 6 kg. The M3K plus MXP plus was 5 kg. Okay. Actually, here one difference I'm just mentioning that because if you are using PD now, this partial discharge, for that we need more more space. For that purpose only here that sampling speed is selectable, because if you are using PD now, that 1 kilo, 2 kilos in 10 second, 5 second, in between you can measure the PD properly. But in 1 kilo, it's not sufficient to measure the PD in between 999 millisecond. Okay, for that purpose it is very useful in this range, M3K plus and MX plus. Let's see some SCOT series that main instrument having some features is there according to the visual. Here having 5 keyboard, that is reset, clear, previous, next, and selectable. Select whatever is mentioned in instrument. That is 4 line 20 character alphanumeric display. Interface section sends the timing, close, open, and CO even through its binary input. Binary means it is in term of 0 and 1. Okay. Command to be circuit breaker is transferred to whatever I mentioned previously. That command should always operate through our SSR circuit. Some feature is there in SCOT series that is mainly simple, very simple operation. Anyone can, this is access to our instrument. This is special mode to measure that PR closing time. That is PR means that is already informed that pre-insertion register having 400 kV line breaker, they are having some PR register. For that purpose, closing time also we need. In that series, we can measure this PR timing also. Inbuilt clock, the timing purpose already inbuilt clock is there. Result analysis, for that result analysis, we are using the C data software. We are providing with instrument. Backlight AC display also is there. Real-time clock and data memory also there for storing purpose, and very lightweight. Okay, let's test procedure of our instrument. It is very important for the site people who are always using this our instrument and want to use you. That is mainly first you have to read the manually properly. Okay, whatever our manual mention, as for that you have to follow the procedure. First of all, take the duty offline or shutdown, because already informed that it is offline mode testing. Okay, so before that testing, you have to outside the circuit breaker from our existing line, that is shut down or ensure the proper earthing in both side of circuit breaker. Then connect the master earthing of the instrument with proper ground. In if possible means you can put two different hole for earthing for proper ground. Then first connect the test reel to the instrument. Then that test reel set you to connect to our duty or circuit breaker to avoid the induction effect from the circuit breaker. Okay. Click on the SCOT instrument conduct the test. Then after you have to give the test option. Then after testing you can record or the timing value, as well as you can store the timing value. Repeat the test minimum 3 to 5 times for the taking the average value, that is for better is accuracy will also come properly to better result. Then after complete the test, switch off the SCOT kit and disconnect the test lid set. And lastly, you have to open the instrument earthing cable. Let's see here some. I'm giving the connection of instrument, which one very important to the rectify your error. That is connection of SCOT M3K. This is SCOT M3K, that is visualized. I mentioned here. Here is breaker control, where mentioned that positive supply, close coil supply, and trip coil supply. Okay, and here mentioned fuse R dash Y dash B dash. That is to the our breaker flange or breaker contact to sensing the instrument timing. Here mention already for R pole, R and R dash, for Y pole, Y and Y dash, for B pole, B and B dash. Okay. According to diagram, you can use also two pole at a time. We can pole in R dash by outside. You can measure the timing also, but it is come by commonly. Master earthing to be in two pole, that is mentioned the two line, two pole you have to separate earthing you have to do. Okay. That main here mentioned the circuit breaker control connection. Here giving some connection diagram from graphically mentioned. Two voltage free, no contacts, NO contacts capable to switch 300 volt AC DC 45 ampere provided by SCOT to trip or close the circuit breaker. Whatever I mentioned in the SSR section, same thing here mentioned is there. Contacts connected to series with opening and close coil contact. Here I mentioned two graph. That is, one is the gang operator circuit breaker, another is the single pole circuit breaker. Okay. In gang operator, you know that closed coil one, in trip coil also one, for all three pole. For that purpose, here three cable is enough. One is going to for supply, DC supply. One is closed circuit. Another one is trip circuit. Okay. But in single pole operated pole, that is having three closed coil and three trip coil respect to your the pole RYB. For that, you have to loop all closed coil to one section and all trip coil to one section. That's why here diagram is there. That is, red color is fully for DC supply, and yellow is coming to the looping of closed section coil, closed coil section, and blue is coming to the our looping of trip coil section. Accordingly, you have to give the command to the marshalling box. Here some here that graphical connection of SCOT M3K plus. In M3K plus having 3 units, that in previous M3K having R and R dash, but here we are mentioning preparing one cable which having 2 point, that is R and R1 dash, Y pole having R and Y dash, B pole having B1 B dash. Same thing mentioned to the R pole is going to R phase, Y is going to Y phase, B also going to B phase respectively. Okay. Same thing here in breaker control connector itself 3 cable, but here we are giving separate cable for the red, yellow, blue color marking. That is, red color is DC positive DC, yellow color is close command, green color is trip command, and lastly the master earthing to the grid earthing. Okay. Same thing here also mentioned, that close call and trip call to execute the command. Same thing also here mentioned, connection of SCOT MXP, same that is nearly same as SCOT M3K. Here just difference was RGB, R dash, G dash, B dash, because here having 7 mode option. For that purpose, here you have to connect accordingly as per your requirement. If you are requiring position of mode of 1 2 3, Then simple RG one pole, GB Y pole, and R dash G dash is B pole. Okay. If you are going to above 3 means 4, 5, 6, then RG one pole, GB one pole, GR one pole, GB also one pole. You can accordingly you can connect up to 7 more, that is up to 400 kV with PR section. In their option is there available. Accordingly, you have to connect. Even this diagram also mentioned in our manual also, user manual also. Same thing here mentioned SCOT MXP plus. That is very simple. Due to that complex, we are just here avoiding this complex issue. Here mentioned simple in RYB. In R pole itself, you can up to use 400 kV T type breaker. That is here 3 cable is there. One is common, one is R1 and R dash. So that we can in each pole having 2 break, you can measure easily with PR. Okay. Sorry. Same thing as per the SCOT M3K plus, here also having positive close command, trip command, red, yellow, and blue. Sorry, green. And green also it is going to earthing cable. Okay. Here some point I mentioned which you have to follow in testing time of in switchyard. Okay. Make sure that circuit breaker is closed and instrument is properly up and to place, because we are using this instrument in live switchyard, inside in live switchyard. So means you have to take proper discussion on PPT. Okay, PPE. So you have to first earthing the instrument in 2 different pole, because if some pole are having some issue now, some another pole also you can capable, because earthing is most important for human safety as well as instrument safety. Ensure good quality earthing before making any connection. You have to 2 times verify the earthing connection. Okay. Ensure that 230 volt AC supply within plus minus 10% plus SCOT M3 and SCOT MXP instrument, because these 2 instruments are working directly AC supply. So you have to check also in supply. Then another MXP plus and M3K plus, this working as in battery operated. So before using this instrument, you have to charge fully up to 100% before the test of connections. All connection you have to 2 times you have to verify whether it is connected properly or not, whether it is tightness is there or not. Then ensure correct operation option and connection the circuit breaker contact as well as control panel, because we are connecting 2 types cable. One is for marshalling box, that is breaker control cable. Another for is timing sensitive, that was in breaker flange. Okay. So all cable you have to verify and recheck also. Ensure proper condition of test set before testing test, because every time one complaint is coming that breaker time is not coming, because before that you have to proper test set you have to use, and also that condition should be in healthy. Okay. Ensure reasonable ventilation for SCOT. Ventilation is most required if we are using outside now, so definitely we have to maintain this ventilation also. After this connection, ensure that no one is near circuit breaker uh, or close to circuit breaker contact, because we are operating the circuit breaker. Okay, close and open. In that we cannot avoid any casualty also. Before that, you have to check whether anyone is there or not. Remove the air switch, air thrusts before test. Now the breaker is air, because in instrument having earthing to the body as well as master earthing. So if you are opening our arc switch or local earthing, means that breaker and the instrument having earthing through our grid earthing. Okay, that option already have in our instrument. Let's see what cannot do in our testing site. Do not use SCOT in highly dusty environment. If more dust is there in switchyard, then utility you have to care about it. Then avoid excessive vibration of bombs to SCOT MXP plus, because it is, this is a microcontroller based instrument. So you have to follow some carefully in switchyard. Okay, let's see some problem is occur in time of testing. Then what should be the cause of problem? Okay, first one is no power on. If instrument has no power on, then first you have to see the main power supply fuse blown is fuse is okay or not. Then in MXP plus M3K plus instrument, you have to see the battery condition. What is it? Whether it is fully charged or fully discharged, or battery was damaged, or battery fully discharged. For this region, the power on problem can occur. Another one is battery not charging. If battery not getting charged now, then two problem we can find out. That is, main is either battery charger fault, or battery is fully damaged or expired. Then another thing one is coming display blank, means whenever we on our instrument, that sometimes the display will be blank will come. This display blank is occur some other peripheral some other issue, because that if the battery discharge, then also that display we can blank, because switch will on but display will be blank due to low battery. Battery expire also, if battery also fully damaged, then also battery some display blank will occur. Memory corrupted or initialized needed. If your storing memory is fully completed, in the no initialize completed in within in between, then display some blank issue also come. Then lastly, if display fault, then display blank also will come. Display show garbage like a Chinese letter. Okay, for that purpose also these two problem facing, that is memory corrupted or need to initialize, then display can fault. If the display fault, that also can come, and memory full or need to initialize, that issue also can occur, that display should garbage. No keyboard response. If instrument having that reset up down keyboard, then the if keyboard was fault, then this function will be this issue can occur. No command issue while test. If you are giving test now, and testing time, no command will execute. In that time, you have to check continuity of our test list set, that is breaker control unit. Then test list set disconnected, maybe the test list connection will be loose connected, and our 3 ampere fuse also can blow. For that purpose also, no command will execute. Breaker control cable connect incorrectly, maybe in DC supply loose or no DC supply. That problem also create no command issue. Command error. Command error, breaker will be, command error will come. Breaker will be, if you are giving command, close command, breaker will close, but instrument showing command error. Okay, this should be check continuity of test is set, whether test is set is connected properly or not. Test is set disconnected from the mastering box. 3 amperes low blow, fuse also blown, or breaker contact cable connected incorrectly. This problem also occur due to this point. Result is not correct. Okay, check continuity for the test list set. Test is set disconnected. These two issue, result also will not correct. Okay, result is not loading through load menu. Means whenever completed your result coming, whenever you try to save or load, the memory corrupted or initial. If memory issue occur na, then this type of problem we can rise. Result is not loading through load menu. Okay, this is completed because whatever I mentioned now, this is compared to both in timing measurement of circuit breaker. That is our SCOT series as well as hijack Ultima instrument. Hijack Ultima just higher version. You have this problem in software itself. In timing itself, you have to see in your instrument. Okay, my side is completed. Let's see your question answer. Any type of question you can ask.
Raji, there is a question from Mr. Rajesh sir, who is asking that that M3K plus and MXP plus are IP65 rating, then why they cannot be used in the dusty environment? Can you please put some light on it?
हेलो
हेलो, हाँ, टेल मी सर.
सर, एक क्वेश्चन था.
यस.
सर, ये लिंकेज रेशियो जो पड़ता है टेस्टिंग में, ये कैसे डिसाइड करते हैं?
See sir, this question was not with today topic, but I have to telling I will clear your question. But linkage ratio, what is the linkage ratio? Linkage ratio means link between mechanism travel to contact travel. Okay.
जी जी जी.
Because we cannot measure the travel of a contact, whatever in our contact